Recently, I got 5 new listings utilizing this one super simple strategy that you're going to be able to implement today. So I created this mailer that went out to my past clients, giving them a range of what their home was worth. And they reached out to me to sell their house. And out of the 5, 4 of them have already sold. 1 is still on the market. This is all super, super recent, you guys. And out of the 5, 2 of them ended up buying a new home and they just recently closed. The other 2, they ended up renting in the area. They saw the equity that they had in their home. They decided to cash out and they decided to rent. So they'll be potential clients for us later. And then one of them ended up moving out of state, and I got them set up with another real estate agent in their state, and I will receive a realtor referral on that one. So technically, out of this one strategy that I sent to only 30 people, I got 5 listings, 4 sold, 1 is still on the market, like I mentioned. 2 of them ended up buying. So technically 7 transactions from this one simple strategy. So let me give you a little bit of background. At the beginning of every single year, I want to come up with this marketing mailing strategy for my past clients or any friends, like anyone I have the mailing address for. I am going to be nurturing them moving forward. So I've been working on this mailing list like literally since I started. When someone closes a transaction, they are not done with me. I want to keep following up with them with value add items like about their home, like what their home is worth, right? Or what is going on with the real estate market. In case you do not have a marketing mailing strategy for 2024, that's okay. Just get out a pen and paper. I'm going to give you so many ideas right now in this video. And then we'll get into this lead gen template that you will have access to. And I'm going to break down the entire process of creating it, what exactly I did. I'm going to tell you every single detail down to the handwritten note that goes with it. Okay. But before we get into that, I just want to add another item of value for you here today. My real estate agent friends, I appreciate you so much. I love helping other real estate agents. Let me just share with you a little bit of my marketing mailing strategy for 2024. So here are some of the things that I mail that are value add items. 1 is this CMA template. I think that you should be nurturing clients quarterly and sending this out every quarter. So there is a start right there. And then another item of value is just like simply talking about the real estate market. It's so much more than like, oh, it's a buyer's market or it's a seller's market or interest rates are so crazy. Like, no, actually send them what is going on with the real estate market. And I don't know about you guys, but our association breaks down the numbers for every single month. So you can easily grab that data from the area that you service and be able to plug in some actual up-to-date data as well. So, okay, that I feel like could be a whole video in itself, but so let's just make it short and sweet. Okay, so there's some value add items that you can send clients, or maybe a sheet of like your preferred partners, like, hey, maybe it's a good time to reach out to other homeowners insurance companies and get quotes and see if you can get a better quote to help out your payment. So you could give them some resources of some homeowners insurance company reps that you really love and that they could reach out to see if they could get a lower premium, right? Or you could just send like a entire sheet of like painters or roofers or someone that can help you retile your bathroom or landscape or a gardener, or pool service person, like whoever that you want to recommend to these people. I feel like that's a really good value add item. I'm personally always looking for people. So I think if someone was to mail that to me, that would be such a great item of value. If you've like worked with these people before, or they've worked with your friends or your clients and you really feel like they are reputable people that you feel confident sharing their information. Okay, so there's some value add items. Now, I like to fill in some fun items. So for example, like a happy home anniversary card, a birthday card. I like to send the Jacksonville Jaguar football schedule to everybody. Okay, let's see, what else? I'm sending out one in 2 weeks and it's for summer, and I posted it recently in a previous video, which I have a discount code for Market Dwellings. You should go on on there. They have really, really cute pop by ideas and items of value and things that you can send your past clients, like my home anniversary cards. I get them from Market Dwellings as well. And I have a discount code. It's Sold by Stevie. You can get 10% off, not just like your first order, like use it every single time you buy from Market Dwellings. So check that out. Make a note for marketdwellings.com. So yeah, those are some fun things. I send my Christmas card, and yeah, honestly, like I look on Market Dwellings and I try to get some inspo from that. I recently did a pop by where I got these plant sticks, and I did a reel on my Instagram, which follow me on Instagram. It's at the Stevie Hahn team. And I got some plants from Ace Hardware. You'll see in the reel, I brought my baby Summer with me, and we picked out some plants at Ace Hardware, and we put in these sticks that said, "Thank you so much for helping my business grow." And I was able to put my logo on those, and I dropped those by and, did this little pop by for past clients. Okay. So moving forward, that was just some info that I wanted to share with you on other ways, other ideas that you can mail your past clients or your friends, just some tips and suggestions. Okay. So let's get into this video about what the heck is this template that I used to get these 5 listings recently. So, okay, I'm going to share with you like on the screen, the template, and you do have access to this if you have Coffee and Contracts. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to coffeeandcontracts.com and sign up for it. If you're a real estate agent, you need this, and use discount code Stevie15. Let me just share with you before we get into this. I know some of you guys know that I love Coffee and Contracts and I talk about it all the time, but in case you are new here, you need to know about this because it is very affordable. I know that things add up, and I know there's so many shiny freaking objects of other people just shoving down your throat of things that you need as a real estate agent. Seriously, out of anything at all. I have been using Coffee and Contracts since day one that they started. I see so much value in what they have. So let me just share with you a couple of the things in case you're not familiar. Like if you need a logo, if you need branding colors, if you need an email signature, you can do all of these things. And I'm just going to be scratching the surface. The template for my CMA that we're going to be talking about today is a Coffee Contracts template. So you do need access to Coffee and Contracts to actually give the template. Unfortunately, I can't just give it away to everybody. I will share it with you here on the screen so that you can see this template. But besides that, you'll just have to go to Coffee and Contracts and use my discount code. Okay. So let's dive into this. If you do not have past clients, I have a solution for you. So stay tuned for that. But okay, so what I did is I looked at my past clients that purchased a home with me before I got so crazy. I want to show that people have a lot of equity in their home. So someone who bought with me last year, I didn't really want to send them the CMA template. So I was kind of looking at people that bought 2017, 18, 19, even the beginning of 2020. And with this template, I was able to showcase hey, you have $100,000 in equity in your home, or hundreds of thousands of dollars of equity in your home, which is amazing, right? And you guys, this was such a great conversation starter. Not only did I list those 5 homes, but I had so many more people reach out to me and just ask more questions. And that's what you want. So this template does not give them everything. This template just plants the seed. Okay, so I didn't want to send them comps for their home, or exactly what is going on in their neighborhood, or exactly what their house is worth. Plus I haven't seen their house in a couple of years, right? So I don't know exactly what upgrades they've done, or maybe the condition is worse now. You just don't know. So I wanted to kind of just plant the seed with a little bit of data because I wanted them to reach out to me. And that's exactly what this template does. You guys, I'm so fired up about this. Okay, so it's a 2-page template. It's really simple, very user-friendly, and customized for yourself in Canva. So you can take this template, you can change the fonts, you can change the colors, change the data, swap out the photos, add your contact information. And basically what I did was I looked at a property that I sold, right? I mentioned the years, and let's say 123 Main Street. And in that MLS, I'm pretty sure everybody has this within their MLS because I did a training for Coffee and Contracts on this content. Everyone has access to RPR. So within the MLS, you are going to, after you click on the property, 123 Main Street, you're going to access RPR from there. And RPR is a really neat, nifty tool where it gives you a range of what that property is worth, almost like a Zestimate, but much more accurate. RPR, because I know people were asking me in the training that I did for Coffee and Contracts what RPR stands for. RPR stands for Realtors Property Resource, and it is such a neat, nifty tool. If you haven't dove into it just yet, I really think that you should. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to chat about the range that it provides, and it tells you the number of stars of potentially how accurate this number is. And I would say do your due diligence and make sure that it's accurate. You don't want to like send someone some outlandish numbers, but I would say like 9 out of 10 times the numbers are pretty accurate. And for me personally, I'm helping people who are families, typically in a specific county, and a lot of the homes are like newer construction. So doing a CMA for these types of homes isn't very technical. So RPR is usually pretty accurate, but let's say you're like working with investors or, you work with homes with like different acreage or just have like really unique features. Like maybe you need to dive in and do a little bit more of a structured CMA. But like for me, this range on RPR is perfect. So if you're dealing with like similar properties that I am, then honestly, you can probably look at these numbers, see that it has 5 stars, and have an idea if this is accurate or not. And you just plug those numbers right into this template with the range, because we don't want to give them. And honestly, if the range is a little bit wide, like that's okay. So on this template, there's like a quick little intro, right? And then you have their property laid out of like the address and the number of beds, bathrooms, square footage. And then you have their estimated value, like really big and bold. And then I kind of pulled some quick comps. Now there's a couple things you could do here. You could pull some quick comps, which I feel like is really good data to share of like what recently sold in their neighborhood that is comparable to them. So do that little search, plug in the street, plug in what it sold for. You could also plug in as far as like the property's sale. Like what did they pay for that property when they purchased it? So they can visually see like, oh yeah, I bought this for $400,000 and now Stevie's saying it's worth like $700,000. And then for them to see, I just think this is interesting for them to see like what they bought it for. But then two, what the person before that bought the home for, and for them to just see the numbers, like how much it just goes up, I think is valuable too. So you could do one of the two things. And then the next page is just like, I don't want it to be like super wordy. I don't want to overwhelm them. I don't want to give them too much information because I want them to reach out to me. So the second page is just like very aesthetically pleasing, straight to the point, your contact information. And of course you can tweak this template however you want, but really highly suggest this template. Okay, so let me just share with you a couple more details about what I did to make this template stand out. So I told you guys I sent this to 30 people and I printed off this 2-page template, and I added on the front of each 30 that I sent out a little handwritten note. So I got this like larger Post-it note. I wish I had it with me, but I'm upstairs and it's downstairs and we don't have time to go get it. But you guys get the idea. It was a yellow Post-it note, but it was like a larger one and sticky on the top. And I just plastered it onto the front page of the template and wrote a quick handwritten note, which I actually believe I made a note of what it was exactly that I said that you guys will be able to implement. So let me just grab that for you here. Okay, this is what it says. Their name. If you ever want to catch up or have any questions about the market, feel free to reach out. Wishing you continued happiness in your home, and I signed my name. So pause this video, write that down. If you ever want to catch up or have any questions about the market, feel free to reach out. Wishing you continued happiness in your home, ! And sign your name. That's all I wrote in the Post-it note. I folded it up and I got a colored envelope. Write that down, colored envelope. And I feel like this stands out. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more fun. Use your branding color. And I got a marker. So I got this at Office Depot. So I printed off these templates at Office Depot. So it was like on some nicer paper, and my printer at home is nice, but like it just looks nicer when I do it at Office Depot. So I printed this off at Office Depot. And when I was there, I got the colored envelopes and I got a big marker that just so that when they open this, it just is different. It feels special. And then you have a handwritten note inside. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. I'm telling you guys, I sent these out and I want to say like literally 3 days later, I got my first call from me sending this out. And he was like, hey, I got your mailer. I've been thinking about it. When can you come over? So like something along those lines, like super quick. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then call after call after call. And you guys, like this all happened very recently. Okay, so let's say you do not have any past clients. You are a brand new real estate agent, or maybe you only have like, 5 past clients and they bought recently and they don't have a whole lot of equity in their home yet. I have a solution for you that you can still implement with this template. Where do you want to service? What area, which county, which neighborhood, which zip code? Hone in on a neighborhood that you want to farm. Look at the properties, who purchased, look in the MLS or property appraiser's office website and see who purchased like 2018, 2019, just start there and, see, did they purchase during this time? Do they have a good bit of equity in their home where this template can stand out? It's not like, oh, if you sell right now, you're just going to break even. Like, no, we wanted to send it to people who have a good bit of equity in their home and maybe don't realize it. Pick out some people, pick out some homes, start out with what I did, 30 homes, and send them this evaluation. And I think a good follow-up, and I would say like, especially, for me, my past clients, like I have a plan that I came up with in the beginning of the year of all of what I'm going to do to mail my past clients and items of value and fun things. And you should probably do this too for that neighborhood. I feel like it's good to have a follow-up plan. So when you send out this template, think about what's next. Would it be beneficial to send the neighborhood in a month or two, like the activity of what is going on in their neighborhood or what is going on in their area? Maybe give them some data from the MLS, or maybe give them some data from your association about what recently happened in that area within the last 30 days. Share what's going on with the real estate market, and fill it in with like some fun things of like the football schedule or maybe like a list of events that are going on this summer or fall. Maybe you're hosting an event, you could invite them to this. So think of like a follow-up plan for this. Something cool too that I thought about after the fact of like creating this template was if you wanted to like add a QR code to the template where they could use this QR code and go to a landing page that you created for them to like follow up and where they don't have to like call or text you. I don't know. Maybe a QR code for a landing page that gives them an opportunity to submit their contact information and where you can follow up with them. Or a QR code that goes to your website or, some type of item of value. So I hope that this got your wheels turning and excited to implement this strategy and use the Coffee and Contracts content for you to send this out to your past clients or to potentially farm an area that you would love to service. So let me know below in the comments if this video was helpful for you. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed because I have so much content coming soon. We've been pushing out content every single week. I'm going to provide items of value for other real estate agents and also kind of like sprinkle in a little bit of things that are happening in Jacksonville as far as real estate wise. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching. I would love to connect more in the comments. So if you have any feedback for me or any questions, anything I could do to help, if you are a Coffee and Contracts member, I am a coach for Coffee and Contracts. So if you want to strategize content ideas, let me know. I'm always happy to help. If you have questions about Real Broker, the brokerage that I'm with, I have a link below for you kind of to get a little background information on Real Brokerage. But I've also been putting out some content on YouTube about it, like pros and cons, and my review about being there for 20 months and what I think about it. So if you want to go back and watch those videos, feel free. And okay, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.